Good afternoon, big, beautiful world. Let's talk and drive. What came over my mind today was perseverance. Mother freaking verance. Perseverance, honey. Ooh, we got to roll down these windows. I'm still feeling stuffy. It's Monday. I just bought me a ton of fruit, some oranges, grapefruits. And so I am leaving the fresh grocer. But I had a thought about what it means to really persevere. And I've been doing a little bit of perseverance myself. Oh, you know. I'm out here persevering and shit. Because it's been a long road, right? And it's so easy to say, child, I'm done with this shiznick. I'm just going to relax. I'm just going to kick back. And I'm just going to live life, mind my business, wait for this thing to be over. And not for nothing, I used to have that thought. I did so early on in my life too, which was crazy. But the funny thing is, when I was feeling that way, you know, when you're at that age, you're at that age. That's the oldest that you've been on this physical field. So you don't really know to stay the course necessarily. I do believe it's something that needs to be trained. And once I got to a point where it's like, okay, I'm getting older, that was a phenomenon, right? Because it's like, oh, okay, this thing is still ticking. And then you realize, wait, well, maybe I shouldn't give up just yet. There's more living to be lived. And then I start realizing, no, you know what? Just keep going. And then that perseverance bug start kicking in. And the idea of having grit, the idea of tenacity and all of those great words starts to kick in, right? Because it lets you know it's not over. You still have time. But it's hard. And I'm going to tell you something. And, you know, when I think about things like this, it isn't hard. Doing it is the hard part. For instance, right now, I'm sick. I've been sick since November off and on. Okay? November 24. It's now March 25. I think tomorrow is April 1st. My ears are so clogged right now. It's not even funny. And this is a little bit of different illness right here because I'm just so congested. My ears are congested. You can hear it. My nose, my throat. It's all in the head. It's all up here. Okay, I'm able to unclog my ears a little bit. Only this one, and it's like bothering me. And with the pressure from talking, it's a lot. But this is what I mean. I could easily say, all right, no, Treva, don't do no video, okay? You can't, it hurts you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, well, let's keep going. Let's just see. I mean, it's just talking. Because I do have a goal for myself. I do have a structured goal to place, to put up a video every day if I can. Like once a day of just me just talking, going over my feelings and ideas and my thoughts for the day, inspiring myself for the day, the week, the year, whatevs. You feel me? But it's challenging. So over the weekend, I like really relaxed. I did nothing. I was chilling. I did some videos, and then I said to myself, like last night, I was like, well, as opposed to just like sitting here, you can really start reading, you know, because it's so easy to be like, oh, I'm sick, and think that the universe or people or whatever, we're not even going to focus on other people, but think that your future you will give you a pass, or the universe will give you a pass. You know, and a lot of times when we're doing things for ourselves, we tend not to respect ourselves so much. We tend not to show up for ourselves so much. We tend to make a lot more excuses than we should. Amen. So that's a problem. So when you can persevere, because there is a story that you're telling yourself, and this is a story that you're creating that you desperately want to be a part of, and that story has a beautiful ending that is motivating you to push through even when you're sick. Challenges are going to come. They're going to be internal challenges, and internal meaning mental. In this case, it's internal meaning sick, right? External, family, friends, external weather, external. There's all types of things to get in your way and to be a fork in the road. I think that's what fork in the road means. Or maybe fork in the road means a directional thing. It's a fork and you go either this way or that way. I don't know. But the moment that you can persevere through those hard times really creates your character. I think it really develops the human, and in the story it develops the character. Do you know what I mean? It really does. It develops this character. It shows another level of strength that you nor the world has ever envisioned. It also creates an inspirator. You can now go out and inspire people, because you can say, hey, this is what I use to do to get through those hard times. Try thinking like this. Try this tool. Try this method. Life in itself is trial and error, right? But the moment that you realize that nothing is going to be a smooth, even heel, it's nothing in life that's going to be easy. Nothing. There is no bed of roses, and you don't want there to be a bed of roses. That's the thing. Like, you know, when I think to myself, like, Treva, do you even want it to be that simple? Hell no. I don't want it to be that simple. Because then it's like, what are you really fighting for? If whatever you want, if it's not worth fighting for, you think about a relationship. And I just went through this too. So let me tell you. You think about a relationship, right? You ever been in a situation where you're talking to a guy or a gal, or both at the same damn time? That part has never happened to me. But you know, it's nice to think about those things at night when you're alone. Anyway, what I'm saying is, you ever been talking to a guy or a gal, and there's an interruption. There's something that happens, right? And you think to yourself, I'm gonna just leave it alone. You could just leave it alone, or they could just leave it alone. But then when you leave it alone, or when they leave it alone, let's talk from that perspective, right? When somebody leaves it alone, when it's you, okay? And you like, oh damn, they just gonna jump up and quit like that? They just going to say F it? They not going to fight for this? The first thing you feel is that you're not worthy. They're making it seem like your black ass ain't worthy or worth it to fight for. How dare you? First of all, we're not even going to talk about how lusciousness this booty is. I mean, that's ignorant and it's superficial and shallow. But more than that, there's so much more to me. Why aren't you choosing me? Why aren't you fighting for this? That's the same way with your story. That's the same way with your envisioned outcome. That's the same way with your goals, right? It's like when you give up too easily, I feel like your future self is saying, wow, I wasn't worth it. And I think on some level, some molecular level, I don't think that we believe that we're worth it. It's not going to happen. Oh, to do all of this fight. And then for what? What's the sense of it? I'm sick. Oh, this is... Hold on. Let me go to the store. I'm always going to the store. Hold on. Child, let me tell... So listen, I only got a little quick glimpse or image of this guy. Okay, so I pulled into this parking lot because I was going to get me some soju. I don't got no business, but I wanted some until I went in there and see that it's $8.29. I said, oh, I ain't buying that shit. Anyway, listen to this. So you see the little image of the guy, right? So I'm getting out the car, you know, because I'm doing my camera thing. I walk it out like I'm walking out the car. I was getting out the car, but you know, I had to come back into the vehicle and turn off the camera. Then I realized, oh, I need the phone to pay for my items or whatever. So the guy comes up to me and says, so when I got out the car the first time, he was a little bit of ways and he waved. I waved back. Then next thing I know, by the time I clicked the video off, okay, he's already on my neck. He right here. I'm like, oh, hello, mom. Hello, you are very strong. You are very blessed. You're very blessed, mom. You're very blessed. I said, thank you, baby. So are you, sugar. Look how she. I said, thank you, honey. You blessed. Thank you, sweetie. You blessed too, okay? He was like, yes, you're very blessed. Do you know why? You know why you're very blessed? You know why you're very blessed? I said, oh, no. He was like, because you have very good aura. You have very good aura. I see it. You have very good aura. But you just do too much thinking. You do too much thinking. I said, oh, I do. Sure do. Yep, I love to think. So he was like, okay, you know, I'm palm reader. I can do palm reading. That's what I do. He didn't give it to me. He showed me this card as if you would pull out a card the same way someone would pull out a card if they were, these streets is terrible. Oh my goodness. I can't take it. You're very blessed. You're very blessed. It did. Oh, so he shows me this card the same way a police would flip his badge, right? So I look at the card. I'm thinking he's handing it to me for like future reference. No, he's like showing me like it's some official palm reading document. So it says palm. It has the palm. Then says palm reader. Ooh. And so then his mouth looked a little weird. It looked like he needed to drink some water. It was too, I can't describe it. And it looked like something wasn't all together. That's all I'm going to say. So he said, yes, ma'am, I will re-plumb for you. I will re-plumb for you and tell you your future, okay? If you want to step over to the side, I'll re-plumb for you. I said, oh, no, thank you, sugar. That's all right. I don't, no, leave my palms alone. I know my vision and what I want to do. That's based on for what I need to do. Funny, I'm talking about perseverance and having this conversation, then that guy stops me about the future and stuff like that. No, I don't need you to tell me about my daggone future and what I need to be doing. Or not what I need to be doing. They want to tell you your future, to try to say, this is what your future is going to be. Your future is going to be exactly what you want it to be. Exactly what you work for it to be. That's what it's going to be. That's up to you. You can't tell me what it's going to be. Amen? You don't have that power, sweetie. That's really up to me. And then he said some random shit like, oh, you have very good aura. Who wouldn't want to hear that? The most negative person think they got very good aura. They probably like, oh, you speaking to me. No, he ain't. You ain't got no good aura. But he told me I had very good aura. I mean, he ain't lying. Yeah, that's the thing. He ain't lying. Okay. And he ain't lying about me thinking too much, but that's most humans. We all think too much or a lot. What's too much? Anyway. I'm going to go in and persevere some more. Deuces.